Yeah, I wanted to ask you, Anton. You said that you didn't like your dad in the beginning. Like, what age? I had multiple questions on that. So answer these. Like, what age were you when you had to move in with your father, and why did you have to do that? Then why did you not like your father at first, and what point did you start to accept him and like him? I know it's a lot, but
yeah,
it's a lot.
I got it. Yeah. So, I moved in with him when I was 9, and the reason being because my mom could no longer not control, but she couldn't parent me effectively to where I was listening to what she was saying and things like that. So if you're a 90s baby, you got your ass whooped, you got out of line, you stepped out of line, you got your ass whooped. So that stopped working on me at 9 because I was just like, it is what it is. Like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I know I'm going to get my ass whooped, but I'll take that ass whoop and it's like a minute or two of pain. Then I'm good. I'm going back to
it hurt? Wait, so it did hurt a little bit.
No, it hurt. No, don't get me wrong. Like, it hurt.
Your pain is temporary.
Coming in there.
Getting into stuff is forever.
Yeah. I learned at a very early age. Yeah, the pain is going to go away. I'm going to be all right eventually. I'm going to be good. But so she couldn't parent me effectively. I was acting out in school. I was smart, but like I just was scheming and scamming. I learned very early on how to manipulate people's emotions and take advantage of people's emotions. So growing up in inner city in the 90s, most of my teachers were they were white, and they were trying to teach like inner city Black kids. So I used every stereotype disadvantage and even though it was true, but I used it to my advantage. Oh, I couldn't do my homework. I was hungry last night. We ain't got no food in the house. Blah, blah, blah. It just pity. You know what I mean? That's funny. So once she realized that that normal stuff wasn't working, then she asked my dad to step in, and he did. But let's see, why didn't I didn't like him in the beginning because, when I was 5, I didn't know him. So it was just like, I don't know you. And now my mom is telling me that you're my dad, and we look the same, but I don't know you. Like, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you're about. And then he was stricter than my mom. He was a little bit more meaner and tougher.
Yeah, I was going to ask. I was going to think, like, is it because he applied way more structure than your mom was able to do?
Oh, most definitely.
So I know there's something that's different that comes from the mom, that's different from the dad. And I'm going to cut you off for a second because I ask these questions to both of you guys because I think about, my brain, because I'm having to explain to my son and my daughter why did one kid get more of me than the other, and I got to explain things. I never know what the future is going to be, so I want to be able to prepare my mind. So I remember a similar instance towards you right now. When I was in Sweden, I know I'm not going to get into like who beats the kids and things like that. I mean, not beat the kid, but discipline, obviously. And I remember my baby mother was telling me that, like, anytime that she used to spank him, and when we use this term spank, it's not like we out here, smashing them, things like that. It was just simple as like a pluck or just like a tap on the butt or something like that. And she would say that he would just laugh at her. And she would have to say to me, or she had to say to him, like, oh, I'm going to tell your dad. And he would straighten up. It's a different dynamic. Yep. So, I mean, go back into what you were saying. And
yeah. But it's very similar. Yeah. So it's exactly what you were saying. My dad, he applied pressure. He expected more. He not expected more. He demanded more. It was no expectations. It was just demands. Like, this is how you're going to conduct and carry yourself in the world. And this is what's going to be. Well, my mom, it was like, we're in the inner city. She sleeps half the day. So I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to be out in the streets. I'm going to be doing whatever, whenever. That was just who I was. I was like, I'll go home when I'm home. When my dad's like, you're going to be here at this time, and all that structure. When you're a kid, if the pressure of somebody you look at it as like, why are you trying to change me? And now that I'm an adult, I can see what that structure has provided me. And it's kept me out of certain situations that other people have gotten in. And it's honestly what I needed. But he tried to spank me as well, or discipline me as well in the physical manner. And I worked to a certain degree. The one thing he did that he took from the military was he stopped beating me. He was like, you know what? If you act out, you're going to discipline yourself you're going to do push-ups. So he would make me do push-ups. So the push-ups is a form of self, like you're hurting yourself. Mm-hmm. So you're like, oh, my parent is not hurting me. I'm hurting myself. And what the lesson that taught me was that my actions is not hurting anybody else. It's not hurting my parents. It's not hurting other kids. It's hurting me. So in that form of discipline, it really, once he started with that, he would give me the option. He's like, all right, man, it could be over in a few minutes and then I could just whoop you, or you could do push-ups. And I was like, yo, whoop me, beat me. Come on, let's go. Like this push-up stuff is dead. Like no more push-ups, just beat me. But he was like, all right, do them push-ups. And I was like, man. So yeah, it was a learning curve. It took a minute. I think when I started getting comfortable with my dad and our relationship was when I was about 12 or 13, I would say. And then really our relationship really shifted from father and son to like friends when I was in college, because that's when, life starts to hit you a little bit differently. You're out of the house, you're learning a lot of stuff on your own. So that's when more of the lessons came out, more of the open conversations and stuff. So now we're good. I love my dad, my mom, and my stepmom. Like I love them all equally. But yeah, it was a learning curve in there for a minute to make up for those 5 years of not having them around or knowing who he was even. So